Hello students, good morning, and in this video we are going to see the next topic called Ballad, Unit 1, Poetry. I hope the previous lecture would have been very important and very interesting for you, and I want you to watch the video till the end of it, so then you will be able to know what is called ballad and also the nuances in this title. So let me start with the definition of the ballad. A form of verse adapted for singing or recitation which presents a dramatic or exciting episodes in simple narrative form. The ballad arises out of folk literature. So this is the definition for the word ballad. In Tamil we can say that Naatupura Paadalgal. Tamil we have a lot of Naatupura Paadalgal for every occasion. If a baby born, the old people, they started to enjoy it by singing. When the person dies, there is a song for also Oppari and Talat we have in Tamil literature, right? So but the people, they never write the lyrics of it. They just have it by they know the lyrics by heart, and then later it was passed on to the one person to another person. That's called ballad, Naatupura Paadalgal, and it is the oldest form of literature, even older than Chaucer. English literature, it begins with Chaucer, so it is very oldest form even than the Chaucer, and it was originally sung from village to village by the accompaniment of the instrument harp or fiddle. So both harp and fiddle are the instrument in which it used to sing the ballad. It was passed from one village to another village, and then minstrel was sang in the chimney corner of farm house in the village. Okay, it is another song called minstrel. Is a song by the accompanying of any instrument. The person who sings the song, who stands in the chimney corner of the farmhouse. In every village they have a farmhouse. In that corner he used to sing every morning and every evening, so that the people would be able to understand, okay, we have finished our work, so that we can go home, like that. And another important feature is it is a dancing song done by the tribal people. You can see many African tribals, and even we have a lot of tribal people. They used to have their own musical instrument, and by having that instrument they used to sing, and a few group of people, they used to dance for the particular song, right? So ballad is a dancing song. It is done by mostly tribal people. And then ancient ballads collected in Bishop Percy's Reliques of Ancient English Poetry in 1765. In this work of Bishop Percy's, he recorded all the oldest ballads in his in this collection. Now let me just put all the features of ballad in this slide. Let's see all the features of it. It is a short story in verse. It talks about the exploits of some popular hero. So the central man or central woman, mostly the hero is male. So he does some chivalrous or some great things. The narration of the ballad is dramatic. So the narration is dramatic, maybe like not unreal things like, okay, some superhero, supernatural elements. And third point is it is characterized by extreme simplicity. So all the forms of ballads are extremely simple. You can have the parallel example with our Tamil Naatupura Paadalgal. All these songs are very simple to listen and to sing also. The question and answer method of narration is used. Okay, so it is also, you are familiar with this. In the song itself, a male used to ask a question, and another female used to give an answer with that lyric. For an example, in Tamil we have Un Samayalarayil Naan Uppa Sarkaraya. Okay, and also in Parthiban Kanavu, in that song also, the protagonist, I mean the male used to ask some questions, the female, where for that the female used to give answer. So it is also used in this method. And then most of the reference are given to the Christian gods. Okay, the reference was given to the Christian gods because it is in the English form. And then archaic words are used to present old world atmosphere. Yes, in order to present the old world means before Chaucer, it was very ancient culture. To present all this atmosphere, they have used their language, their words, that was archaic words. And then musical with the elements of supernatural, magic and mystery. So without supernatural, magic or mystery, no other element of music would have been existed. So this is very vital to sing a song, especially ballad. And it is written in ballad stanza, quatrains with the alternate rhymes. So here quatrains means 4 lines. You have to understand. So I told you in the beginning of the class itself, it is a scientific class. So here you used to you know what is sonnet. Sonnet is a 14 line, but we are studying that sonnet very deeply in this subject, literary forms and criticism. So it is a scientific paper, so that's why I told you. It is a quatrain. Quatrain means 4 lines. Couplet means 2 lines, okay, with the alternate rhymes. The lines and stanzas are often repeated. Okay, all the lines and stanzas are often, it used to repeat. In Tamil we have a charanam and pallavi. Okay, so idu vandu enna aguna, it used to repeat quite often. The ballad has 2 categories. One is the ballad of growth and another one is ballad of literary ballad. It has the 2 categories. And in the continuation of Futures of Ballad, it projects, it is a man's cultural evolution. In the old period, the man was uncivilized, and later on the man has started to evaluate. Okay, so it is a cultural evolution, the civilization of a man and a woman of the society. And its subjects are deed than thought. Yes, the subjects is the actions, the deeds, the thing was done by the people, whether they're going for cultivation or agriculture, or they are plowing the land, or they are shepherding, all these deeds. Then the thought is something which arises in the mind of the poet. Okay, so they gave importance to the deeds than the thought. The topics you can see: adventures, family, disaster, love, war, and even about life. So these are the main topics. You can see adventure, family, disaster, love, war, and even life. So you can see that structure in detail. Quatrain means 4. Okay, and 3 feet the second and 4th line rhyme. Okay, it has 3 feet. Okay, you can see I have divided the lines. There lived a wife at you shares well. A wheel thy life was she. She had 3 stout and stalwart sons, and sent them over the sea. So it's looking like a Tirukural, right? Tirukuralல பாத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் லைனில் வந்து 4 அடி இருக்கும், 2வது லைனில் வந்து 3 இருக்கும் இல்லையா? ஸோ லைக் திருக்குறளில் அதே மாதிரி தான் வந்து இங்கேயும் வந்து நமக்கு வந்து கொடுத்துருக்காங்க இன் திஸ் குவாட்ரைன் ஃபார்ம். த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஃபீட் இஸ் A has 4 feet, B has 3 feet, and C has 4 feet, and finally B has 3 feet. So it is called quatrain. Quatrain means 4 lines. Okay, and the second and 4th line used to rhyme. Second line pathina she, a wheel thy wife was she, and then the 4th line, and sent them over the sea. It rhymes. Okay, so these are the structure of the ballad. Next we are going to see the kinds of ballad. Okay, the first kind is the folk ballad, second kind is literary ballad, third one is mock ballad. In folk ballad, which means it is reached in heights in England in the 16th and 17th centuries, it was composed anonymously and handed down orally. So it was not written actually, it was just given through oral, through mouth. often in several different versions. It has a lot of different versions also. Examples of folk ballads are the anthologies of Francis J. Child's English and Scottish popular ballads, which was published in 1882 to 98, which contains, you can see, 305 ballads. Okay, that collection has 305 ballads in the folk ballad. Folk ballad is very ancient old type. Second one is literary ballad. It consciously created by the poets in imitation of the folk ballad. So the literary ballad is nothing but the evolution. It is just a metamorphosis, the transformation from the folk ballad. Mostly they imitated from the folk ballad. It makes use, sometimes with considerable freedom, of many of its devices and conventions. So there is some relaxation in the conventions, in the structure of the ballad here. For an example, Coleridge's Rime of the Ancient Mariner and John Keats' La Bella Damson's Mercy. So these two poems are very beautiful poems ever written by the romantic poets of the English Elizabethan age. Okay, and also Oscar Wilde's Ballads of Reading Gaol are the literary ballads. So these are the well-known examples for literary ballad. Okay. And then finally we have mock ballad. In the mock ballad, mock itself is a comic of others. Mocking அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்களா, mock is comic of others, mocking fun, making fun of others. So mock ballad is a comic theme, is treated with tragic earnestness, and so the serious is made ridiculous. All the seriousness of the ballad would made ridiculous in the comic, in the mock. Okay, that is the basic thing. Okay, and then for an example, William Cowper's John Gilpin is one of the finest example of a mock ballad in the English language. Okay, so I'll give you an example for what is called a mock. Mock is imitating something. Okay, there will be an original work and the people will be used to imitate in a comic manner. For an example, in Tamil Vijay TV channel, there is a show called Lollu Sabha, right? And the Lollu Sabha, adla vandu pathina, they making fun of other original things. இன்னும் ஒரு வேர்டில் சொல்லணும்னா ஸ்பூஃப் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க, SPOOF, ஸ்பூஃப். ஸ்பூஃப் இஸ் அ மாக்கிங் ஃபன் ஆஃப் அதர் திங்ஸ். Okay, so these are the kinds of ballad we see here: the folk ballad, literary ballad, and mock ballad. Folk ballad is an ancient one, literary ballad is an advanced one, mock ballad is just a comic imitation of the original ballad. Okay, so these are the examples. Okay, so with this I just completed the lecture on ballad. Okay, I hope it would have been very useful for you. If you have any doubts or any clarification, kindly do let me know in the comment section. If you are not if you are reluctant to share it in the comment section, you can ask me in private also. Okay, thank you.